Sterling falls 2% against the US dollar. Eurozone is struggling after the Trump-imposed trade sanctions. And job growth slows in the US. Good morning and welcome to this week's Rational Thinking, where I'll be covering the main factors which have been driving the currency markets over the past week. So first I'm going to talk about the Great British Pound. Sterling has depreciated nearly 2% against the US dollar, falling to a one-year low, and has fallen to a 9-month low against the euro. The main factor which has been driving this is a major sterling sell-off regarding the likelihood of the UK crashing out of the EU after not negotiating a trade deal. So some key members have been speaking about this. We had Mark Carney, who said the chance of this happening was uncomfortably high. Last weekend we had International Trade Secretary Liam Fox say there was a 60% chance that this may happen. And we also had Ian McCafferty talk about the likelihood of any interest rate rises happening within the UK. Whilst he said that we are likely to see some, he also said that they will be far apart, they'll be slow to happen, and any increments will be small. So this further compounded the woes of sterling. On Friday, we did have some good news out from the UK in terms of data being released, which was the gross domestic product. This came out at 0.4%. And whilst it was a good figure, there was some negative news. So we had retail sales, which have been positive for a while, and we have seen a knock-on impact of the positive weather and the World Cup. But we did have manufacturing, which was low, which actually came out at a recession level. So there was some really good points for the sterling. There was also lots of negative points. But the key factor which is driving sterling strength is around the no Brexit agreement. So now on to the US dollar and the European single currency. So data releases were very much overshadowed by what was happening with the Brexit negotiations. But the US did release some jobs data, which showed that job growth had slowed. And there was some news regarding the Eurozone and how the trade sanctions are impacting Germany. They have seen a drop-off in trade, especially with regards to the agreements with Iran. So with regards to the outlook for next week, there's only really several key pieces of data being released. Out from the UK, we have the Consumer Pricing Index, which is the key inflation figure, and we have the retail sales data. And out from the US, we have retail sales. So thank you very much for joining us for this week's Rational Thinking. Please feel free to reach out to us on the dealing desk if you have any queries or if you'd like to discuss anything we've mentioned in this video.